Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is Mr. Sandeep Bajoria. He's CEO at Sunvin Group. Mr. Bajoria, hi, thank you so much for joining us. I'll come straight to the point, and this is about the edible oil prices continuing to rise in the global markets, and that clearly is impacting the Indian markets because we import 60% of our annual consumption. How are you looking at the prices to begin with? Because when you look at the landed costs, and in the last 1 year, we've seen palm oil prices gain up by 32%, sunflower is up 26%, soybean showing 18% of a jump up as well. And much of these gains clearly have come in the matter of last 1 month.
Manisha ji, first of all, very happy Diwali to you and all the viewers. And as you rightly said, India is importing 16.5 million tons of vegetable oil every year. Our production is only 10 million tons. So our import is 60% of our needs. And our total consumption is 26 million tons, which is about 18 kgs per person per year. And in the veg oil, recently what we have seen in last month is a pretty strong run-up in the international markets, mainly driven by, number one, in Indonesia, because of the production. Every year in Indonesia, production rises about 3 to 4%, and that is approximately 2 to 2.5 million tons. But instead of that rise, 2024 Indonesia has seen production is declining by 5%. So instead of gaining 2.5 million, it is declining by 2.5 million. So total net loss is 5 million tons of palm oil production in Indonesia. On the top of that, Indonesian government is from 1st January trying to put B40, means 40% biofuel mix in the diesel. So with that also additional 1.5 million tons of palm oil will go into biodiesel, totaling to 13.5 million tons out of 51 million tons they produce. So the countries in wherever the higher production is there, these countries are opting for very high consumption in biofuels. So veg oils is not only a food item, it has become a fuel item, green fuel item for them. Same way we see in Brazil also. Brazil is world's largest producer of soybeans, producing about 155, 160 million tons of soybeans. And they export 95 million tons to China. And remaining they process, and out of that, whatever 9 million tons of soy oil they get, out of that 9 million tons, 6.5 million tons they use for biofuels, and about 1.8 million tons they consume, and only about 1 million tons they export. So US, Argentina, Brazil, the largest producer of soybeans, using great amount of oil into biofuels. Indonesia, the world's largest producer of palm, using that.
Oh, yes.
And third oil, which is sunflower oil. Sunflower oil this year, because of the moisture stress in Russia and Ukraine, the production is lower by 2 million tons in sunflower oil. So world over, the production is lower. People are realizing, and consumption in biofuel is increasing. There's a reason we run up in prices of 20 to 25%.
Mr. Bajoria, also the kind of hike that we've seen, not just in India with the incense of import duty by 20%, but with Malaysia hiking their export duty by almost to 9.75%. This is the first export duty hike in last 3 years as well. Will that also start showing its reaction in prices?
Yes, Manisha ji. The duty was earlier 8%, so it is now gone up to 9.5, so 1.5% duty. And that, see what's happening now in world market when there's a shortage of supply. So if India increases import duty, the supply side doesn't absorb any shocks. That total burden goes to Indian consumer. And on origin, the export increase in export duty, automatically the buying party, the buyers like India and China has to suffer. They have to get the higher prices. So now it's demand and supply is such right now, and biofuel usage is so high. I can give you, Manisha ji, the figure that in world 4 major oil like soya, sun, palm, and rapeseed, the production of this 4 major oil is about 202 million tons. And out of 202 million tons, I can tell you about 42 million tons is going into making of biofuels. That is 21% of all veg oil is going. So we are in for higher prices, but we must understand that historically veg oil prices have been very low, very low worldwide, very low in India, and recent run up because of import duty and recent run up because of overseas price increase. It was bound to happen, and supply shocks are there, and we need to absorb them, and we need to increase the production in India. We need to reduce the import dependency from 60% to at least 50%. And I think Government of India has lined up a lot of programs for it. The oilseed mission has been launched, and their palm mission has been launched. 11,000 crores for palm mission and about 10,000 crores for increasing oilseed mission. They have earmarked for next 5-6 years. I believe the local, whatever incremental consumption of 1 million ton every year, which is required in India, that will be by increasing local production. So at least to that extent, we will be able to manage. But we need to do
Something to look forward to in that sense, for sure. Yes.
All right. Interesting conversation out there.
Yes,
Look
yes,
forward
yes.
to. Thanks a lot, Mr. Bajoria, for joining in. Wish you, your team, a very happy Diwali from all of us. Manisha, thank you for taking us through with that conversation. No respite for the market, still at the low point of trade. Take a short break, come back on the other side. We have Business Lunch taking all the market action ahead.